Welcome to the Pattern Recognizer. Most people are running programs they never chose. Patterns inherited, programmed, and unconsciously repeated. Today we expose one of those patterns, see exactly how it works, and discover the precise shift that can set you free. Let's begin. Listen, if deep down you believe life is a fixed pie, you will act like every offer, every compliment, every opportunity takes a slice from you. That belief signs an unseen contract, and the cost is your freedom. Today we name that contract, we break it down, we give you one clean 2-minute practice to change it. I call it the zero-sum sigil. The sigil is a mental mark that reads, "For you to have more, I must have less." It shows up as clipped generosity, defensive negotiation, and a refusal to ask for what you need because asking feels like stealing. Over time, that sigil tattoos how you choose. Money, love, time. One shift changes everything. A short story. A friend of mine, smart, capable, was offered help on a business launch. They declined every offer, convinced assistants would dilute their ownership. 6 months later, they were exhausted, isolated, and watching others grow, wondering why their competence didn't translate to momentum. The truth. They weren't protecting autonomy, they were protecting an old scarcity story. That is the sigil in action. So how does the zero-sum sigil actually operate? Start with basic psychology. Loss aversion. We feel losses more intensely than gains, so the brain biases toward avoiding perceived subtraction. Pair that with identity-protecting narratives. I am the self-sufficient one, and you build a defense around scarcity. Simple, automatic, powerful. Now add an esoteric lens. In sacred geometry, a closed circle can be beautiful, complete, but close it too tightly and it becomes a prison. The energy cannot flow. The zero-sum sigil is that closed circle. It keeps resources circulating inside a limited loop, excluding new pattern and new gifts. Imagine a spiral instead, open, receptive, amplifying. That's the geometry of reciprocity. Gnostic imagery helps us name the veil. Scarcity often arrives as a story that masks underlying plenitude. It dresses fear as realism. And Stoic practice, when misapplied, becomes containment that contracts rather than disciplines. Put these together. Brain wiring, identity stories, a closed geometric pattern, and a veiled perception of reality. The result is automated decision-making that looks and feels rational, but is scripted. Here's the deeper truth. The universe and human systems are not strictly zero-sum. Resources can be redistributed, value can be created with relationships, ideas compound, and generosity opens channels that return more than they cost. The practical shift is to move from closed circle thinking to spiral reciprocity, disciplined expansion instead of fearful containment. That's the reframe. Now the practice, 2 minutes every morning or right before a decision. I call it the reverse inventory. Ready? Start with a single breath. Step 1. Name 3 things you have that are not money. Skills, relationships, reputation, time blocks, energy. Say them aloud or in your head. Example, I have listening, 2 reliable colleagues, and a week of focused mornings. Step 2. For each item, imagine one small way it could be offered or exchanged without loss. I could offer my listening to a colleague for feedback, not charity, but a mutual channel. Keep the language precise. They can give X, and it may return why. This trains a perception of flow, not subtraction. 2 minutes, no pep talk, rewiring, choice architecture. A brief caution. This is not a magic manuscript. It's a cognitive and energetic rehearsal. If financial trauma or acute distress comes up, pause the practice, journal the triggers, or work with a coach. This is a tool for clarity and choice, not a replacement for professional support. Remember, awareness first, action second. Did this reverse inventory 3 mornings in a row. Notice decisions shift, offers accepted, collaborations that feel alive rather than risky, a quiet change in how you speak about resources. One shift changes everything. Small patterns. Big transformations. If you're willing, try the 3-day challenge and tell me one moment that surprised you. There's a link in the show notes to leave feedback and to access a short reverse inventory worksheet. If the practice brings up heavy emotions, pause and journal, or seek a trained professional. This isn't a get-rich promise. It's a structural change to how you perceive exchange. That is the pattern, that is the mechanism, and that is your shift today. If you're ready to decode the full architecture of your life, explore my complete library at Desmarques.com. The pattern is the prison. Awareness is the key. I'll see you in the next episode.